again, because right now everybody is beating him up.
Jim Finn leading Barber. Good lead block in the hole at the point of attack. Brandon Jacobs has checked into the ball game on first down for the Giants.
Again, the tight end to the left side.
Manning throwing long for Carter.
Oh, boy.
Carter sold that one.
Yes, he did. That looked like a World Cup match that time.
Sean Taylor is going to be flagged.
Pass interference, number 21. Defense. First down.
Oh, come on. You know, give him credit. Tim Carter got it sold, but that clearly, whatever it was that Taylor did to him, didn't cause that reaction. I thought you might get the other official come running in and saying, "Are you sure?" Because it looked like a bit of a show to me on that one, and I'm sure it did to Sean Taylor as well.
It winds up a 31-yard offense. Carter may have won himself a Golden Globe right there. First and goal from the 6. Manning will throw for it. Touchdown, Carter.
And essentially the same play that the Rams hit him on a week ago. You've got play action inside. Sean Taylor jumps up to try and play the run, and they throw it right in behind him.
And everything breaking the Giants' way at FedEx Field.
And I'm sure there's a few Giants fans saying it's about time, because it had been breaking the other way for some time. But again, they go away from Plexico Burris. They find somebody else. Plexico drawing the double teams, creating some real opportunities for these other receivers.
Jay Feely punctuates the drive. Moves the Giants out in front 27-7. This was the big penalty on Sean Taylor. And then Manning to Carter for the touchdown. Giants up by 20.
You pick the phone, you fix the monthly bill, so you always know what's coming. You fix from T-Mobile.
Back at FedEx Field, where it's getting late early for the Washington Redskins in the wake of 24 unanswered points by the Giants. The Redskins now find themselves trailing 27-7. And there's a good look at it, the story of the Redskins season. They just haven't had any takeaways all year long. And they had a couple in their hands tonight, just couldn't bring them in. Brock Cartwright crosses the 30, brought down, and once again Campbell will come out to see if the Redskins can get anything to work.
All right, here's both safeties actually get caught on this one as they both come down with the run fake. Again, Kevin Gilbride with a tremendous call here, sells the run, go back over the top, touchdown for Tim Carter. And Eli Manning is starting to have fun. That guy has had a lot on his back, and we talked about in the open, you've got to be a little bit more than tough to be the quarterback of the Giants. You've got to be New York tough, and tonight he has been.
Liddell Betts with some running room on the left side gets close to midfield, following the lead block of Randy Thomas.
Randy Thomas coming out in front, and Sam Madison said, "You have to be kidding me." I'm a brave guy. I'm not that brave.
I'm brave, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Good pickup by Betts. Gain of 17. Campbell will swing it for Moss. looking for running room, doesn't find much. Good play by R.W. McQuarters. NFL coaches and the best college seniors are going to come together for the first time at the 2007 Senior Bowl. It's the first major step, the path to the draft. Live coverage of the practices and the 2007 Senior Bowl begins next month on the NFL Network.
NFL Network, you don't just get the games.
You get the practices.
Oh, yeah, baby. You got to be there for the whole thing.
Not a game. Not a game.
Practice.
We're talking about practice. Not a game. 2nd and 7. This is Betts. Good play by Demps. We'll leave the Redskins looking at 3rd and let's call it 4.
Well, the Redskins think they found something here with Randy Thomas pulling out around. Here they go again, get the lead block of the fullback, and Thomas cleans up again. This one seems to have a little shelf life for him right now.
Well, that's great, except for they don't have time to just do this up and down the field.
Well, they do. It's still, you know, we're halfway through the third quarter here.
Campbell with time hits Cooley, and Cooley crosses the 30, gets it to the 28. Antonio Pierce with the stop.
And there's no question that for Jason Campbell, Chris Cooley's his favorite guy, and the reason that is he says that Chris Cooley practices as hard as he plays the game. So in practice, I know exactly what the timing of his routes are going to be in the game, and his hard work makes me want to go there first.
Much needed drive for the Campbell and the Redskins. This is Betts. Blockers in front. Fights his way for a gain of 4.
And Liddell Betts going for his 6th straight, 100-yard game. That was a little bit of a nervous run that time, though. Did you see him? I mean, he had 2 hands on that ball early. That fumble early clearly impacted him, but still averaging over 5 yards a carry, and he's probably going to get to 100 tonight.
He's a guy who's just been rewarded with a 5-year extension that he signed earlier this month. Of course, he signed it not knowing he was going to have the 5 straight 100-yard games.
Yeah,
Still, he's told us yesterday he doesn't regret the decision. He likes it here, likes the environment, likes the coaches. This is Duckett. But we've got a flag lying back at the 28.
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask, number 45, offense. 15-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
That's Mike Sellers, the lead blocker, negating a big gain by T.J. Duckett.
Well, first of all, it was the same play again. This Randy Thomas pulling out and around and coming up through. And then Mike Sellers, the fullback, will try to keep an eye on him. He did grab the face mask right there of Carlos Simmons. And the referee got a good view of it. That is a big, big penalty because now it takes you out of the running game and puts the ball back in the hands of Jason Campbell. When you're going to play fairly conservatively with a young quarterback, can't have those kind of penalties.
And it negated a 15-yard gain. Campbell on 2nd and long completes this one to Chris Cooley. Gets it back to the 28. Picking up a lot of that 21.
Well, we've been talking about Randy Thomas and the job he's been doing against the run. Watch him here at the right guard position right here. This time working against Matthias Kiwanuka coming inside and just basically last second pushes him just enough to allow Jason Campbell to get that throw off.
Campbell now flushed. Campbell, 1st down Redskins. That's what they like about this kid. That's what they don't get from Brunell.
I tell you what, for the Giants, they have to be thinking, are these quarterbacks greased or what? We just cannot. They're all over Jason Campbell here. I mean, you can't be in a better position to get a sack than what they are, and they just keep missing. That time, Umanura missed the tackle. Antonio Pierce missed the tackle. I mean, Jason Campbell's a good athlete and a good runner, but come on.
Pick up a 15. Big play by Campbell on what was a 3rd and 9. Remember, he had 2nd and 21 following the penalty. This is Betts running up inside. Getting stopped just short of the 10.
Well, Liddell Betts blew that one because he ran to darkness, as they say. They're going to come back inside and get a block here, and yet Liddell Betts doesn't follow the block. If he bounces this one and stays behind Mike Sellers, he's got something really going. He cuts back, and there's nobody to block those guys.
Campbell not going to elude the pressure this time. He is dropped at the 14-yard line.
And Fred Robbins that time got the early pressure, and afterwards he was lying on the ground just like he'd run that thing 90 yards again.
I told you I like Fred's running style, though. It just took him a while to get there.
Yeah, he looked like an Olympic sprinter. Got those knees up high, and he was good solid for the first 60 yards, and then the Bear got a chunk of him.
Campbell with yet another big third down. He'll throw to this side. Betts, footing out from under him, will come up 5 yards short of the marker.
You know, I think you have to go here. 27-10 gives you 17 points. That's,
you know, in Green Bay, Carolina, Atlanta, and St. Louis, they're saying go for it.
Yeah, I really don't think you have much of a choice here. Your offense is putting together a nice drive. And now you're probably looking at getting Jason Campbell a little bit out of the pocket here. Somehow get him on the edge, give him a two-way go, because his runs have been a big difference on this drive.
He needs 4.
Chris Cooley's in the slot out to the left.
Campbell being flushed, throws back across into the middle, touchdown, Betts. He did as you suggested, bought himself some time, and then threw back across the middle to Liddell.
Let's take a look right here and see if the Washington Redskins don't get away with a little something here. Yeah, a little grab on the shoulder, really not too bad. Pretty good no call in that situation. And for Jason Campbell, his mobility just created that play. All his receivers were off to the left, and he scrambled right. The only guy that was even a potential receiver on that side was Liddell Betts, and he made the play.
Good drive for the Redskins, 11 plays, 69 yards. We've got a 27-14 ball game with 2 minutes to play in the third.
For Wilson NFL and GST footballs and much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
The Arctic ice is shrinking at a record pace. Electricity used by lighting is one of the biggest sources of CO2 emissions. New Philips energy-efficient lighting now uses less electricity than ever before, helping reduce CO2 emissions. Simplicity is a light bulb that can help change the world.
Hi, I'm Mark Messier with an update on the Cold FX NHL All-Star Fan Balloting presented by 2K Sports. Now you can help choose this year's NHL All-Star Game participants. Just click to vote for your favorite players. Visit NHL.com to vote. Vote often.
Now you're seeing the All-Star stuff.
Click to vote, then watch the NHL All-Star Game January 24th on NASN.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by Microsoft, software for the people-ready business.
Jason Campbell just engineered a 69-yard drive to get the Redskins on the board in the second half and cut the margin to 13. He was 5 for 5 on that drive, including the touchdown throw to Liddell Betts.
It was a nice catch by Liddell Betts, too, wasn't it?
Very
nice. That thing right off the turf.
And And so Sweezum will kick it away. That's Sonoris Moss at his own 4. And that's Moss that's dropped at the 20. Now we'll get a chance to see what the Giants offense can do, and Tiki Barber coming back on the field. He's up by 13.
Druids Glen Golf Resort, voted European Golf Resort of the Year 2005. A golfer's paradise in the Garden of Ireland. 2 championship golf courses of contrasting design. The luxurious Marriott Druids Glen Hotel and Country Club, featuring 148 specially appointed guest rooms and a magnificent spa and health centre. Visit our driving range, pro shops, golf academy, and get your golfing tips or tuition from our resident PGA teaching professional.
Some people think the internet is a good thing. The most powerful educational tool the world has ever known. It's preserving our history, keeping the past alive forever. It's the only place where freedom of speech truly exists. Some people think the internet is a good thing. What do you think?
With 2 minutes left in the third quarter, Washington linebacker Warwick Holdman has gone to the dressing room for x-rays on his shoulder, and that's a big deal because the Redskins only came in here tonight with 4 linebackers suited up.
Yeah, they already lost Marcus Washington, who was probably their best strong linebacker. Now you lose Holdman, so pretty thin at the linebacker position now for the Redskins.
They'd also lost Kerry Campbell. And this is Barber getting the drive started with a first down and more. And Sean Taylor is flirting with a flag. Yeah, they didn't call it.
There is a flag down back here, though.
It did look like Tiki was out of bounds for a while there before Sean decided to bring him down.
Offense.
This one's coming back.
10-yard penalty. Still first down.
And it really doesn't matter who they put over on that left side. They are going to attack him. That time it was Jeff Posey. And they're just coming right after him.
Yeah, he's got a good grip.
Yep. Sure did look like Sean O'Hara on the hold that time. But now for the New York Giants, you've just given up a touchdown. The game's starting to get a little uncomfortable. The crowd's getting in it. You're backed up. This is that New York tough kind of moment now for Eli Manning.
And Jacobs is in, Barber is out.
Oh,
Manning.
That hit Lamar.
Going for Burris. That one never had a chance.
That one hit Lamar Marshall in the backside. He never even saw it. Yeah. Lamar Marshall is going to run right underneath this route here. And it's just going to hit him right in the tush. But again, for Eli Manning, don't get locked in on Plexico Burris. They're going to take away that option. You have to have faith now in somebody else making a play. This is where not having Shockey here is becoming a bigger and bigger deal for this passing game.
They'll give it to Jacobs, playing it conservatively. And Lamar Marshall brings him down. Leave the Giants with a third. Again, this is a big ball game. If the Giants win, they're basically in.
And everybody else is out.
Yeah, these are the gang of 5 you see at the Panthers, Falcons, Rams, and Packers, who are hoping that the Redskins can prevail tonight and give them an opportunity tomorrow to win their way into the playoffs.
Yeah, and, you know, sometimes in ball games you can feel a little momentum shift. And right now you're starting to feel that a little bit if the Redskins can get this ball back. And they've got their pass rushers in. Philip Daniels in playing tackle instead of end now.
Manning with time completes this one to David Tyree. But he's going to be short of the first down marker. And the Giants are going to give it up on downs.
And the Redskins really catching a break there with the hold and then playing good defense. And what they're doing is taking away Plexico and saying, all right, now with the season on the line, do you have the confidence in Tim Carter and David Tyree and Sonoris Moss and Visante Shenko? Because you can clearly see that Eli wants to go to Plexico. That's where he's comfortable. and somebody else is going to have to win this game for them.
That'll have to be our last play of the third quarter. We'll move to the fourth with the Giants leading 27-14.
Ever wished you could be there to see your team in action? With Game On Holidays, you can combine that big match atmosphere with a holiday of a lifetime for the whole family. We offer city breaks and holidays incorporating all US sports, including NASCAR. All you have to do is visit our website and choose the games or races you want to see, and we'll do the rest. Great seats, great games, great value. Game on.
You're watching NASN, the North American Sports Network, a new and exciting sports channel dedicated to the best in live North American sports 24/7. On NASN, you can experience over 100 live NFL games this season, plus the playoffs and the Super Bowl live. Watch up to 175 regular season NHL games and live postseason, including the Stanley Cup Finals. Feel the excitement of live Major League Baseball with up to 260 regular season games and exclusive coverage of the World Series. NASN also brings you an exclusive lineup of college sports with live college football and basketball. And with a daily lineup of sports news, talk shows, highlights, and analysis, NASN is your channel for the very best in live North American sports. Visit NASN.com for scheduling news and information.
As we start the fourth quarter, Tom Coughlin's got to be wondering which of his Giants teams he's going to see, the one of the first half of the season or the one of the second in the fourth quarter. Look at this differential. First 8 games, they were the best in the league, but they went from first to worst over the last 7 games in point differential.
And you know, what did Tiki Barber tell us? It struck me when he said, we have been conditioned to expect things to go wrong. Yeah. And I looked at him and I could barely believe that he said it, but you could see it in his eyes that it had fallen apart so many times this season that he sensed it within his team.
Jeff Fiegels gets it away. Anton Randall will call for the fair catch at his 33. Gives us an opportunity to get you caught up on how we've arrived at 27-14. Jason Campbell. This was the Redskins' last score, but Eli Manning and Tiki Barber and the Giants offense have enjoyed a pretty good night under the guidance of Kevin Gilbride.
Yeah, they really have. They've played well. Now they need to finish it. You know, it's one thing to play well for 3 quarters. You've got to come out and finish this deal now. And you have to go back, I think, to that pass interference call on Sean Taylor. You know, was it not? I don't know. But the flop is what drew the call, and that's what bugs me.
The start of a big drive for the Redskins begins with Liddell Betts getting just barely back to the line of scrimmage. You're right. If there has been a momentum swing, you can feel it here. The Giants need to make a stop.
But, you know, the other side of it is now the Washington Redskins need to create something as well. And for Jason Campbell, we've talked about the maturation process of Eli Manning, but for Jason Campbell, he's trying to convince everybody that truly he is the quarterback of the future. And these are the kind of moments you need to deliver if you are the quarterback of the future.
He did it on the last drive. 5 of 5 on a drive of 69 yards. We've got a flag.
Antoine Randall jumped early.
False start, number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Every night, get an insider's perspective and hear directly from the players and coaches. They get ready for the playoffs. You can get it on NFL Total Access weeknights, only on NFL Network.
You know, Jason Campbell is a young man that he was the 3rd quarterback, and I don't know if this is going to make sense or not, but the 3rd quarterback basically makes his throws off a card of the other team's offense. They never get to throw to their receivers, and then all of a sudden he went from 3rd to 1st, and he had absolutely no work with these starting receivers and is just now starting to develop some chemistry with them.
See how he does on this chem test. Completes it. Anton Randall floated that one in nicely. Randall forced out at the 46-yard line into Giant territory. Jabril Wilson on the coverage. Good throw by Campbell.
And there was a little magic from that young man. Had to buy a little time. They moved the launch spot. He steps up in the pocket, and a very deft touch on this one as he drops it over the top for Antoine Randall, who makes the play. You know, Antoine Randall is a young guy they love on this team. So he shows up every day to practice with a smile on his face, loves learning this offense, learning this process, and has been a terrific player for them.
Running up inside, this is Betts. Getting to the 40, Osi Yomanura putting a stop to his efforts. This one's coming back. Walt Anderson flagging the Redskins again. This will push him back 5. Completes this one to Randall inside the 40.
We're getting a little magic going between those two guys.
Campbell's getting the job done.
Yeah, the Giants are dropping back in that zone defense. R.W. McQuarters with a big cushion against Randall, as he should have. And they're just working inside between the linebackers. But boy, Jason Campbell now, after that touchdown throw, he's standing tall in the pocket, making some nice throws.
This time he'll give it to Betts. Betts eluding one tackler and getting close to the first down marker. Jabril Wilson taking his feet off from under him a yard short.
Well, Carlos Emmons didn't make the play, but he at least made him bounce wide enough that he couldn't pick up the first down on that one. You'll see Carlos Emmons coming up and getting away from Mike Sellers and just forced him wide enough for Jabril Wilson to come in and make the play. Now we've got a big third down, but you've got to think this is 4-down territory again for the Redskins.
And they've gone to their elephant backfield. T.J. Duckett is positioned behind Mike Sellers. It's the up back Sellers, and would appear to have the first down.
And now this big offensive line starting to assert themselves a little bit. And for Tom Coughlin, you can only imagine what's going through his mind. I mean, so many things on the line for Tom Coughlin. If he wins this game, does he save his job? Some people say he has to win this game and another game.
More.
To save, who knows? I mean, with New York and the press and the pressure that they put on this Giants football team and the way this team has been folding, if they were to fold in this game, I don't even want to think about it.
Jason Campbell has completed his last 7. He's going for 8. Santana Moss, and we've got a flag down in the secondary.
It's going to be illegal contact against the Giants, so this play will stand.
Illegal contact, number 54, defense. Penalty is declined, first down.
And this drive, along with the last one, does make you think about what Barber said about when things go wrong, we just seem to compound it.
Brandon Short working against Chris Cooley makes contact a good 8 yards down the field, and that is a strict 5 yards. But now Santana Moss starting to get in the action. Antoine Randall basically now has balanced the coverage back. He makes a couple of plays, and all of a sudden now Santana Moss doesn't see the double coverage anymore on the other side.
And Duckett is in there once again. First down Redskins. He fakes to Duckett, throws to Moss. Moss gets it inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. And Jason Campbell working a little bit of magic here on a Saturday night.
And they keep going play action on first down. The Giants are up ready to play the run. They go play action. And Chris Cooley was working it down the field. Santana Moss swings across the field underneath. And it was Cooley's double move that set up the fact that everybody had to chase him, and it opened it up for Moss.
First and goal for the Redskins at the 5. Betts, the lone back. He's following Sellers, looking for a block. Betts, forward progress stopped at the 2.
I don't know if uh-oh is an official NFL term or not, but aren't you starting to get that uh-oh feeling going for the Giants right now?
Uh-oh.
Because, and Tiki Barber, you go back to it, he said, we have been conditioned for some of the failures that have happened to us, and I guarantee you got an uh-oh right there out of Eli. You've got an uh-oh out of Kevin Gilbride, and when the Giants get this thing back on offense, they're going to have to make a play because their defense is getting pushed around right now. Oh, boy.
But will they call that on the Giants?
If the Giants move first and cause the man over him or the man next to the man over him, it will be called on the Giants.
Neutral zone infraction, number 95, defense, half the distance to the goal, is still second down.
And there's a bit of familiarity to this for Tom Coughlin that he does not like.
And you can see clearly it was Awasam that made the first move there, and then once the flinch occurs, as long as it is the man over or the man next to him, you are going to get it on the defensive side.
Redskins offense looking entirely different than the unit we saw in the first half. This is Beck. Duckett, touchdown. T.J. Duckett. Just like that, we got an uh-oh situation for the Giants.
We sure do. You're going to get a split here. Fullback going this way, tailback going this way, so that those linebackers can't get a jump on where you're going. You saw Brandon Short that time lean towards the direction of the fullback. That's his read. And then Duckett jams it in off the other side.
And how about Jason Campbell? 2 drives, 11 plays, 69 yards, 9 plays, 66 yards. We're going to see how Eli Manning responds. It's 27-21.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking. It was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton. That was a big moment for me.
Haagen-Dazs is so thick and creamy. That's why it melts so slowly in your mouth. So the deliciously rich experience lasts and lasts and lasts. And why not try Bailey's ice cream from Haagen-Dazs? The perfect combination. Haagen-Dazs, the longer-lasting pleasure.
Our live and exclusive BCS Bowl coverage continues on NASN with the Orange Bowl. Wake Forest make a surprise appearance after claiming their first ACC title in 36 years. But they face tough competition against one of the season's top offenses in the Louisville Cardinals. The Orange Bowl Live, Wake Forest versus Louisville. This Tuesday late night, live College Bowl series only on NASN.
Saturday Night Football Network is brought to you by Diet Pepsi. Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi. Nissan reminds you to ship the way you move through the world. IBM, what makes you special?
Look at the executive office building, but cross town, Jason Campbell writing himself a bit of lore here at FedEx Field. How about his second half? Engineered 2 drives for 2 touchdowns. One a 9-play drive, the other an 11-play drive.
Now you see why they like him so much. He looks like a quarterback back there too, doesn't he?
He does. Remember, this is a Giants team that blew a 21-0 lead at Tennessee. They were up 27-7 in this one. It's now 27-21, and Moss gets upended at the 23. And it's the Redskins who have all the fire and energy. We'll see if Manning and Barber can respond when we come back.
So you all right, Jake?
Well, don't you think Mum's been acting a bit weird?
I wouldn't worry about it, son.
Only Actimel contains a good bacteria LC Immunitas. Try it and see if you feel the difference.
off chance they tuned out and turned in. It's time to rouse the neighbors in Green Bay.